You're listening to a CanadianMovieCrew.com production.
The number 23 is the story of a man driven to insanity by, oddly enough, the number 23. Or is it?
Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly.
Welcome back to the Yours It Movie podcast, where we try to find the real story behind the story. I'm Sean Taylor.
I'm Tex.
And I mean Mark.
And today we're taking a look at the number 23 from 2007, starring Jim Carrey. Directed by Joel Schumacher. Welcome back to the show.
Are you kidding me with this? I had no idea.
Yeah.
neither did I.
By the way, welcome back, Jim Carrey.
Because they were so awesome before.
Oh, yeah.
And that is pretty much it, right? Like they worked together on Batman and or Batman Forever.
Yep.
So here we are again, you know.
Little different tone in this movie.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know, this is time when Jim Carrey was trying to branch out. He'd done serious roles like The Truman Show, The Majestic, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, doing pretty well.
And then he did this.
Then the number 23. I can tell you that I saw this in the theater, and I remember liking it. And for the life of me, I can't remember why.
That's the movie experience you want there. That's what Hollywood's all about.
Yeah.
I remember the trailers being very attractive.
Absolutely.
Like the trailer was what made me go see it.
Well, the trailer was intriguing.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And we'll get into why, but you guys ever seen this movie before?
Yep, once.
Once?
Mm-hmm.
Mark?
In the theater. You know what?
Really?
I'll tell you right now what it was. Jim Carrey was the big selling point of this. If it had been someone else who had done horror movies before or whatever, or film noir, whatever you want to call this, it would not have been as successful. But the big draw was go see The Mask, go see Dumb and Dumber, go see The Riddler, try and be serious in this serious film. That's what got me.
Yeah, especially after coming off a good string of movies where he did very well in.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was a huge fan of Jim Carrey. You know, his comedic, most of his comedic movies, if not all of them, are hits. For the most part. He's got a huge, like if it was a batting average, it would be very good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what you wanted to see, right?
Yeah,
Something
same with
different
me.
from this guy.
Yeah, same with me. I'm a huge Jim Carrey fan.
Yeah.
Like, I love The Truman Show. That was a
yes.
fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, my introduction to Jim Carrey outside of seeing him in stand-up was Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, and I will still laugh my ass off in that movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I love that movie. I've watched it I don't know how many times.
Oh, yeah.
Never was a big fan of that movie, to be honest.
Oh, I could do like whole parts and speeches and...
Oh my god. See, and like after the very first time that I'd seen it, actually, I had never seen the original Star Trek.
Okay.
So when he jumps down into the dolphin tank and he's like, blah, 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 captain's log and blah, 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 and whatever, we've traveled back in time and whatever, and the way that he's talking and stuff, right? I was like, okay, like it's funny, but I didn't get that he was making a
Star Trek
reference.
Okay.
And then when he's like, when she's like, Ace, get out of the tank, and he's like, I just can't do it, Captain, and whatever. I was like, I didn't realize he was doing a Scotty reference and everything.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Uh-oh. Guys, I gotta stop for a second here. I think we're doing what most movies shouldn't do, and that's talk about a better movie in this movie. So we're now reviewing a better movie in this movie review, so we better
I want to watch Ace
stop.
Ventura now.
Well, I do have to warn you guys, this is our 92nd podcast.
Oh, wow.
Divide that by 4 is 23.
Oh,
no. So it's cursed then?
Is it really the 92nd podcast? No.
No. I believed you. I just was like, sure.
I know, totally. Me too.
I don't even know what number this is going to be. Yeah, Tex, go.
All right. So our story begins with a whole bunch of credits designed to get you obsessed with the number 23, and then we pan in gradually on Walter. He narrates us through the past 3 months or so, showing us how much of a dick he's been to human and animals alike. He chases a big Doug into a cemetery where he sees the graveyard for a woman named Laura Tollins. Meanwhile, his wife buys him a book called The Number 23 for his birthday. Walter starts reading the book and begins to think the book he's reading is about himself. We watch the movie as things are happening and also watch Walter's imagination create the story as he reads the book, illustrating all the ways that number 23 begins to obsess the narrator known as Fingerling. His obsession becomes Walter's obsession as we continue to watch the book being read, and Walter continues to spiral down into crazy. He visits a friend who either tries to talk him out of his obsession or help him along with it. Either way, Walter keeps reading, we keep watching, waiting for something to happen in the book. Or maybe that's just me.
Nope.
Anywho, in the book, Fingerling becomes a stalker, then a murderer, and since the book never really finishes, Walter begins to look more and more deeply into the writer in order to make sense of what's happening to him. Turns out Laura Tollins is apparently the girl that Fingerling's girlfriend was based on. He goes to visit the guy he thinks is the author, but it turns out he's neither the author nor is he the murderer. They send 23 boxes to the P.O. box in the back of the book, and the guy that comes to pick up the boxes turns out to be a former psychiatrist. Peg tries to solve the mystery herself and discovers the guy was just obsessed with the number 23 as Fingerling. Walter follows the clues that were left in the book, and they dig under a stone step. They find a skeleton, but when they call the cops, it's gone. Back at home, Walter discovers Peg hid the body because she didn't want him to realize the truth. Things start coming back to Walter as he comes to grips with the truth. Turns out he killed Lauren Tollins and tried to commit suicide but failed. His head injury caused him to forget everything, I guess, and on the day he was released from the mental institution, he met Peg. He decides he can't continue to let the other guy rot in prison, so he admits his guilt and goes to prison. One more shot of that Insidious number and roll credits.
If you're going to make a movie about a number, make it about 9. Because at least 9 is a cool number. Multiply any number times 9, and the sum of the digits of your answer will add up back to 9. And it's just as interesting as 23. I'm sorry. Numerology and the study of numbers and seeing it and blah, blah, blah. It's all a self-fulfilling prophecy. And they even call this out in this movie. And as soon as they do that, I was like, movie over.
How about, she read the book first, right? Probably should have seen the similarities to her husband because he's like, this guy knows me. Shouldn't she have noticed that about the book? Like, this is about my husband and he's going to end up killing somebody in the end. I best not, buy it for him. So it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Well, look.
Yeah, but had she read the book first, like before she bought it, or did she just read the book faster than Walter?
Well, she mentions in the bookstore while she was waiting that she had, skimmed through it. Maybe I don't know.
Well, I think she reads the first part of it, and then she buys the book.
Yeah.
And then she finishes it, and then he starts reading it. Because she's finished the book. But it's like going in with the advertising for this movie, it felt like the number 23 was going to be a supernatural kind of thing. Like the number 23 was coming after him and, maybe there was ghosts or the end of the world or something. And that's what the draw to this movie was. Then you find out it's just a guy going crazy.
Yeah. It's really just confessions of a murderer.
Pretty much. Yeah. And then it turns out he wrote the book.
Yeah.
He wrote the book, doesn't remember writing it, and then so he's reading something he wrote before. And that doesn't clue him in at all. He doesn't pick up on that.
Yeah.
He has a moment later where it all comes spilling out. I'm like, shouldn't some of it be like, oh, this looks really familiar?
Well, and here's my question is, the hotel room just covered up his rantings with wallpaper? They didn't wash it. They didn't clean it. They didn't
call the police.
Yeah, here's a guy confessing to murder. Yeah, it's a confession of murder. And why does he go to jail at the end? Like, I know the reason he gives. He gives, I want to go to jail to show my son that consequences or actions have consequences.
Well, and also to free an innocent man.
Yeah.
True. But let's
So-
but let's ask this question: why doesn't the wife go to jail?
Thank you. That's actually in my notes. Is I was like, okay, so he goes to jail. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, he goes to jail
Sure.
for murder, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But she should also go to jail for aiding and abetting and also obstruction because she moved the skeleton.
Thank you. Grave robbing. That was my thing.
Well, grave robbing
Yeah.
as well then, but it's not an actual grave, so it's more just obstruction of justice because she's tampering with evidence.
Yeah, breaking and entering.
Well, no, it was a public park, so.
No, she breaks into the psychiatrist's office.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. It is a former office, though. It's not even an actual psychiatric.
So
Okay, trespassing on private property.
Trespassing, yeah.
trespassing,
absolutely.
yeah.
We could just keep adding to her list
Oh,
of
yeah,
crimes.
no, absolutely. She should definitely
How
go
about
to jail.
having the ugliest house in San Francisco? Go to jail.
Yeah, and her friend also should have been included in those charges as well, since he's the one that helped her.
Yeah, agreed. You're right, and that should have been part of the lesson, right? Actions have consequences. So at best, she should have been on house arrest or something like that. Like, best case scenario, she's on house arrest so she can take care of her son when he's not in school.
Yeah.
That's about it. Yeah. Did you guys find you had to turn up the volume when you were watching this?
And turn it back down again. And
Yeah.
then turn it up and turn it back down and turn it
'Cause
up
all-
and turn it back down.
All
no,
the mumbling.
I listened to it at 1.5 speed, and I was like, meh, if I miss anything, whatevs.
And I don't know you guys, but the creepiest part of this movie for me actually wasn't, when it was the big reveal or the murder scenes or anything. It was right at the beginning of the movie. After date night, when they come home and they find his kids messing around with a young lady, she sneaks out the back. So he, first of all, hides this from his wife. So he's like, no, we'll stay out here. He's trying to be the good dad, give the kids some space. And, but then he has this line, and the way Carrie delivers it, he looks at his son, he's like, she's a good girl. Make sure she stays that way. Like, I was like, I got chills. Just in
That could
the
go
way
one
he
of two
delivered
different
it.
ways.
It was almost kind of pervy, yet not. Like, it just came. I was like, "What? You're creepy, dad. Now, what the hell? Like, it was weird."
See,
That was the weirdest part of the movie.
see, the creepiest part of the movie to me was watching Jim Carrey in a sex scene. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've seen a lot of Jim Carrey stuff, and I just don't see him as a
Did you think
stud, I guess is the word. I don't know. I just
when he's on top of her, did you expect him to reach around and grab his cheeks and start talking?
thank you. Let me ask you a few questions. Like he's pretending to hold a knife to her throat, and I'm like, how is the actress not laughing her ass off? Like, how are you like?
Oh my God.
I wouldn't be able to take him seriously. I wouldn't.
I never thought of that about seeing the outtakes for this movie would be friggin' hilarious, because I bet you that it would have been this serious moment, and then all of a sudden he does something and and then it just and the cast and crew are laughing and they're smiling and she's like, oh, my boob fell out, whatever, ha ha ha,
Because if there's one thing Jim Carrey is famous for, it's his famous catchphrase, "Blue."
Well, he's the comedic master. I don't know if I could do it just like him.
It was from Cable Guy, wasn't it? "Blue."
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the few notes I have is it's the number 23. Who gives a shit?
Oh.
I just couldn't care.
Do you know, I actually, I remember the very first time that I saw this. Shortly after, I tried to play the 23 game to see if I could find 23 hidden in everything. It lasted like a day. And I was like, this is boring. I don't even care anymore.
So
it is a real phenomenon. It was William S. Burroughs came up with this thing. Didn't get a lot of publicity. Didn't get a lot of publicity for it because
publicity.
Yeah, sure. Because it's stupid.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say it's stupid because I'm not going to claim any neuroses or anything as stupid, but I don't understand it. I guess maybe you have to, I don't know, maybe like math in order to like it in order to have a problem with being obsessed with it. I don't know.
Yeah, I see it as more of a conspiracy theory type thing, and it just. But when I was doing the research for this, I found real numerology is focused on single-digit numbers. 23 comes from the number 5 being both angelic and satanic, that people believe it is. So that's 2 plus 3, right? So
Yeah. I have a question, actually.
Sure.
So he says that the number 23 had left him alone for 13 years.
Okay.
But if the number 23 was really coming after him in the first place, why wouldn't it have only left him alone for like 5 years?
Or 23 years.
Or 23 years or something that turns into 2 plus 3 or whatever, or 1 plus 1 plus whatever. Why wouldn't it?
That's a good question.
That's a good. I did notice that one too. Yeah. That's
Just, spitballing. Also, 23 pairs of shoes seems a little excessive to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think I have like maybe 10 pairs of shoes that I have, and this is a collection I have accumulated over the years. 23 pairs. Are we fucking serious? 23 fucking pairs of shoes?
I know some women who have more, so I know some guys who have more, actually.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, I dare say. I wonder.
Sneakers, black heels, loafers, possibly flip-flops, done.
I think I have 5. I have boots, dress shoes.
Oh yeah, and winter boots.
Sneakers, sandals, golf shoes. 5. That gets me through the year.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get
I
it.
have a rotating cast of running shoes and my winter boots. Oh, and a couple pairs of dress shoes. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all you need.
No, yeah, oh yeah. Even the girliest of girls, I can't imagine would have 23 pairs of shoes. But then again, maybe I haven't been in the right walk-in closets. I don't know.
Well, I don't go around counting people's shoes, so.
So, I love how this movie starts out. Though it's essentially the story. Sorry, this story is the backstory of a guy who wrote a book who got obsessed with his father's work in numerology, and that's being read by the main character of our movie.
Yep.
All right, yeah. Because there's whole parts of this where it's just Jim Carrey reading stuff. I'm like, well, if the story he's reading is more interesting, why are we having the dog catcher's story? Like that's as the movies progress, or at the beginning of the movie, I'm like, why the hell are we watching this story if the book he's reading is more interesting?
Well, and that's the thing is, like, we keep cutting between his life and the book. And it's like, well, in his life, he gets to be Jim Carrey. In the book's life, he gets to be Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Sans accent, yeah.
He's unshaved. His hair is messed up. He's a womanizer. He plays the saxophone.
I have to...
What's the saxophone got to do with it?
I have no idea. I do have to add this one little thing, though. At the very start of the book, when he starts reading the book, and it's like, you can call me Fingerling. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a character name that I had, blah, 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 blah. And it's from a book and whatever, called Fingerling Goes to the Zoo, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember what it was about. When I was watching the movie, I was like, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Fingerling Went to the Zoo is what the book is about.
That's true. I didn't even catch that. Yeah, I
just spitballing here, but I'm pretty sure.
I wouldn't expect it to be a deep analyzation of the Communist Party in 1870s Russia or something.
Probably not. Also, I have a question. So this apparently happened in their tiny little hamlet of a town.
Yes.
Yes.
And the papers never covered the fact that someone attempted suicide out of a motel window?
Yeah, really. Yeah, where was them digging up the article about him taking the plunge there and landing himself in the hospital?
Or how about just the fact that this is what happened, and then Peg just happens to meet somebody coming out of a fucking psychiatric facility and doesn't make the connection.
No, you're right. I love that. That's like the insta meet cute. It had been a long time since I'd seen this because I saw it in the theater and never went back until we reviewed it for today. And yeah, I was like, don't tell me. She's going to run into, no, go down the steps, just walk away. You're not going to be, bam! Oh, fuck! Like, I'm like, damn it, he met her right away. Like, instantly after getting out of the hospital.
Yeah.
And why doesn't the doctor go, excuse me, miss? Can I have a word with you?
Yeah.
Look, I know he seems like a nice guy, but he killed somebody?
You know what? No, that's the thing, okay? I actually have a question for that, too, because they just assume that his book is all based on fiction and whatever and blah, 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 blah. It's like something to do with numerology obsession and I don't know, something to do with paranoia or something is what one of the psychiatrists says. But why would they assume that when they they had to have gone into his motel room to get the book?
Yes.
And 20 fucking feet away from them would be the confession that says, my name is not Fingerling, it's Walter, this is my confession.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why wasn't he placed under arrest for murder at that time?
No idea.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't believe it.
This thing falls apart so quickly at the end. They're trying to tie it up into a neat little bow and it comes undone.
And all they end up doing is just shredding the hell out of that fucking present. Like,
yeah.
Is just, oh my God.
It'd have been one thing if there was a secret missing page like this, like the missing chapter 23 that they find later. That would have been better than having it scrolled on a wall where everyone could see it, right? Maybe if buried with the body was his chapter 23.
Or if he'd been the one who wrote everything on the wall and then papered it himself.
Yes.
Yeah, that would have made more sense.
Well,
and he confessed and then he decided to, what is that word? Recount it and just...
Yeah, exactly. If he covered it up himself, you're right. Absolutely.
Like, God. And I absolutely love how in movies, a bus's first defense while driving towards someone who is standing in the middle of the road is not to slow down.
No.
To give the bus time to actually stop so you don't hit someone. It's to evidently hit the gas and hit the horn really, really loudly. At that point, it's no longer just suicide, it's also vehicular homicide.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. In movies...
Yeah, that bus... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, in movies, buses and trains do not have brakes. They do not come equipped with them. If you find yourself on a movie bus, don't pull that cord because you're not stopping.
And if you drop below 50, you'll blow up. And and the bus had plenty of time to stop. It's not like he couldn't slam on the brakes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Instead of honking the horn loudly, because, I'm sorry. If someone is standing in the middle of the road with this hit me look on their face, clearly they're not going to get out of your way. So rather than your first offense being hit the horn, how about your first offense, hit the fucking brake?
Yeah.
Oh, the driver had time to put the bus in neutral and let it just coast to a gentle, like.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the idea of a stick shift bus. He just throws it in neutral.
Just throw it in neutral. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Well, they're making the stop somehow, right? Like there's got to be a way.
Maybe he was behind. I don't know. Maybe he was behind schedule.
So the numerology. I want to go back to that. Because, let's face it, first of all, I do like your point about, like, how at least in this movie, I know there's numerologists out there and, don't want to offend, but at the same time, in this movie, the whole thing is so what? That's literally it. So what?
Yeah.
So what? That your house number might add up to 23 if you do it right. So what? What does it matter? What does it matter if, like, you have to like the premise is everything adds up to 23 or is divisible by it, or if you subtract, divide, or multiply enough of the right numbers, you can get to the number 23, right?
Yeah.
But you have to
Right,
do it.
but if it happens to be that the number does not end up being 23, then you're innocent, or
Right.
you're a good person.
Right, but here's the problem. They give you an example early on, and let me take it apart for you. So they live at 1814 whatever street. So 1 plus 8 plus 14 equals
23.
right. Well, why does it have to be done that way? Because if you take 1 plus 8 plus 1 plus 4, you get
Something else.
14.
Okay.
If I wasn't
do
wearing
the math in my head that quick, I apologize.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
No, but you're right, and that's the flaw with this movie, and that's and that's why numerology is like astrology or palm reading, because you can make whatever you want out of it. You can make 9 your number, you can make 5 your number, but you're just going to see patterns where you want to see them.
Yeah, you can make 1 your number because everything's divisible by it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because like in real numerology, exactly to your point, you don't pick and choose numbers. You add individual numbers up. You would add the 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 8.
Yeah.
You don't add 14 plus 1 plus 8.
Yeah, you're just forcing the result. So where's the significance?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, by using that early on, you actually debunk. They're like, well, let's see if you guys can throw this away for us. Take out the trash, would you?
Yeah.
Didn't they say that this movie starts on his 23rd birthday?
No. He's born on February 3rd.
He was February. He was February.
He was February. Gotcha.
He was February. He was born on February 3rd.
Right. Okay.
2-3.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, there's other examples. So, like, how many letters are there in the alphabet?
26.
Thank you. Not 23. Oh, which would have been scary. Or
well, I and J are very close together, so you can count those as one. There's U and W. You can take those two, make that one, and fuck X. So 23.
Fuck X. What good was X do?
Yeah.
They use
X.
Oh man.
Solve for X. No, but they use biblical examples. So what was it? 2 divided by 3 is 0.666, and therefore it's evil.
Exactly, and that's what I mean. Like, if you make this a supernatural thing, kind of like, you ever seen the movie End of Days?
Yeah.
Where it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's the end of the world coming. And they say, well, the number of the beast is 666, and the guy turns it over and says, actually, it's inverted. It's actually 999. It's 1999. Therefore, that's when the devil is coming.
Right.
I'm like, okay, well, that's stupid, but I can get on board with that. At least, the devil's coming.
Yeah. This is at a point where Arnold had no more foes left to fight. He'd beat everybody, so might as well take on Satan himself.
Well, exactly. Like in this movie, if you bring up the fact that it's 2 divided by 3 is 0.666, which is not. It's 6666666 infinity.
Yeah.
But whatever. But if you bring that up, then make it a part of it. Like, use it. Instead, it's just tossed away as a sideline. Just nah.
Yeah, they're like
another coincidence.
They have to bring up. Yeah, exactly. So again, they're just trying to force the point. I even wrote down, because I actually looked it up because I was watching this movie. But so if they're bringing up biblical stuff, the Bible was written in Aramaic, 22 letters, and Hebrew, 28 letters. Sorry, movie. Like you know what I mean? Like if we're starting to play the numerology game, and you're bringing in the Bible, then you can't use the King James version of the Bible to start putting things together. The math is obviously wrong because it's 6 to the nth degree or whatever. Like, it's like they're hanging their hat on this so heavily, but it just seems like a fake premise, all an excuse to have emo Jim Carrey. Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, and I love the wife's rationalization too. How you're not that man anymore, whatever, blah blah blah. So you totally shouldn't come forward and confess to a murder.
I know.
And therefore give the family closure or anything like that. Get an innocent man out of prison. No. You're not going to do it again. So no, don't confess.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I'd be like, bitch, I'm getting a divorce. Like,
I don't know. I saw it the other way. I'm like, well, that's love. She's willing to cover up murder for you. I mean, that's you don't find that on the street every day. Like someone who loves you that much.
Psychotic love.
That's
That's
that?
psychotic love. That's, honey, you already did it once. Would you mind go killing Mrs. James down the road because the bitch keeps taking my paper or something? Like,
The
No.
your
paper boy.
dog keeps shitting in my yard.
yeah. No, that is not okay. Absolutely not okay.
Stand by your man.
Even under a murder rap,
Yeah.
So,
And I hate how the son gets in on it too.
oh, I know. It's a family conspiracy now.
Like, it's like, oh, somebody wrote a book about dad. No, why would anyone write a book about your dad?
Yeah.
You know, like, my dad's an interesting guy, but no one's fucking writing a book about him.
And if someone wrote a book
Although
about
that
him,
would
don't
be
you
a
think you
really
would have
good
known?
book.
It would be a very good book. I might get him to do an audio book, maybe.
Oh, you absolutely should. We'll get
Oh,
someone to
this-
transcribe it, but holy
His
cow.
famous Woodstock story that keeps growing every time
She's
he
getting
tells
better and better and better.
it. No, yeah. Go, Mark.
Well, this M, let me interrupt this M for another edition of If I Were.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay, now, as most people know, I am not an emo detective with relationship problems. Okay, just
I knew
wanted
that.
to clear.
Right.
But if I were, and I was talking to a shrink about those problems, I absolutely would make sure I show him a glamour shot of my busty girlfriend while I'm talking to him about it.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, he's got that glam shot, like her posing and the cleavage and the black hair and the whole thing, like in black and white. It's sexy as hell. He carries that with him. He's like, here's the chick that I'm talking about, and then buddy with his evil goatee is like, you want me to go talk to? I was like, oh, come on. Well, you kind of,
Okay.
you kind of baited the hook there a little bit,
How about on that? How it says in the book how he would have responded to that differently or something, and the little imagination thing that he has is throwing the guy out the window, and I'm like, oh yeah, or just say no, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of killing him, how about you just go no?
Well, Tex, you brought up psychotic love before with the wife. Talk about psychotic love. You have this black-haired girlfriend who dumps him as soon as he loses his gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can you can no longer threaten to kill me while we have sex. I'm dumping you.
Even though you were only pretending to have a knife before.
Yeah. Well, everything ramps up, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah, and this wasn't even angry Captain Muldoon, you're off the case and you're out of the force kind of deal. This was just take a week off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, or 2 weeks or whatever. He's on vacation, and she's like, I will not stand for this. My man does not go on vacation. Goodbye.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, you need to be a cop 24/7 apparently.
And the weird part about this, one of the weird parts about this, we find out later. So he wasn't actually a detective. So the story that he's writing isn't a biography, and could it really be counted as a confession because he's writing about him as a detective, which he never was. The real him was a college student who killed somebody, but the person he's writing about is about this detective guy.
Right, but chapter 23 was the actual physical confession.
Yeah. 23 was the one where it was like, it was in college, this is when I did this, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, so if all you had was the book, it's not really a confession of anything. It's a detective story that goes all kinds of sideways, right?
Yeah, and at the same time, though, I mean, how does he... There are a few similarities between Walter and Fingerling,
Yeah.
But really, there's nothing.
Except the saxophone?
Like, no, because he didn't even remember he played the saxophone until he has his flashback of everything.
Yeah.
So when he's telling his wife Peg about like all these similarities and whatever, and she was like, everybody sees themselves in a character and whatever, you can't help but get behind her on that, because you're like, holy psycho, why would you think he's writing about you? Like, really,
Yeah.
there's nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you guys read the same book. Big flippin' deal. You had Detective Comics. Oh, because you're the only kid in the world.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, or a dog that lived next door.
Yeah. Oh, because you're the only kid in the world. And it also turns out it doesn't even matter about the friggin' dog next door, because it was his mother that committed suicide, not the friggin' widow or whatever. So
Yeah.
what the?
The incredibly young blonde widow.
Yeah.
I guess Anna Nicole Smith lived next door, maybe? I don't know. Why in movies do mothers or characters use giant fucking sharp knives to cut cake? You ever notice this?
Well, cake is big? I don't know.
Yeah, but you don't need a giant fucking butcher's knife to cut a cake.
Oh,
It's cake.
Yeah. This thing is big enough to take apart a cow. You know, like
Yeah.
like
You should be using
while
this
it's
to
hanging. You know,
cream a shark.
yeah, yeah. Tomb Raider. Lara Croft should have had this when she was fighting a shark. You know.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need this to cut a birthday cake. And by the way, people in Hollywood, LED clocks don't flip.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yep.
The clock on his when he was in real life, he had a bedside clock and it was LED,
Okay.
and it changes from one number to another, and you see it flip. And you hear a clink,
Oh.
like
Yeah,
the old flip clocks.
Wrong type of clock. Yeah. Those are the ones with the little panels that were painted on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Google it, kids.
Yeah.
Showing my age there, I know, but
and again,
Actually, they still
so-
have those vintage clocks now.
yeah, well, they're called vintage clocks, though. That's the thing.
Still, you can still see them.
and that would have been all fixed if he had just had like a round clock.
Yeah.
I mean, just like a regular, like with the old school with the two bells on it and the little hammer in
Oh
the middle.
god,
Of
and the wind
the
up that never really. I've never understood how you set an alarm with that thing.
I used to have one of those.
By the way, out of this book, my favorite chapter is chapter 21. Because you hear Jim Carrey say chapter 21, and then it's just pant, 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 sex noise, pant, and then Jim Carrey walks off screen. That's it. The end? Like, just.
I love the point where he's reading. He's like, chapter 1, blah, 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 blah. You can call me fingerling, yada, 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 whatever. No idea what chapter number it is, but he's like, chapter 20, and gives it a title. And I'm like, what? Why?
Yeah.
No, because you haven't given any of the other ones titles, so you can't do that. You can't just suddenly title a chapter.
It's like,
When
wait,
the
to tip
book
your
is
hand,
nearly
there's something
over.
important's about to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
You
like,
know?
no, that's not how titling is done. If you're going to title the chapter, then you title every single one of them. You don't just say, this chapter is going to have very important information in it. Like, fuck off.
Chapter 23, the big reveal. You know,
Yeah, seriously.
it was me all along. Yeah.
Chapter 19, the beginning of the third act. Like, no, you don't do that.
Chapter 21, Virginia Madsen's sex double.
Yeah.
There's no way she was showing her boobs. Yeah, no, you're right. Like he just names the one chapter. That's kind of weird. And the other thing too about the writing, and hey, I'm not a writer, but if I went into a psychotic rage to the point of confessing a murder, I don't know if I would start with the, by the way, you can call me Fingerling. Oh, it has no importance at all, but, you know, it's just a playful little name, and now I'm psycho, and I'm...
But if you were, you'd do it in a British accent.
Oh, absolutely. That's
Apparently.
yeah, absolutely. I would somehow write a British accent into it. I don't know how, but I would find a way.
Everything sounds better in a British accent.
I like
You just
how
put in a whole bunch of bloodies.
the bloodies, yeah, call me bloody fingerling, you know.
Sitting down to breakfast of bangers and mash.
So, was it chapter 22? He gets to the end of chapter 22, and then the visual that we get is Jim Carrey running out to the balcony to jump, presumably, right?
Right.
So that's the end of his mad raving, supposedly. Now, if he's writing down the series of events, did he A, write, I'm now going to run off of the balcony? Or B, stop at the balcony and be like, you know what? I should write all this shit down and turn around and go back and start writing.
That's a good point.
Well, no, because apparently in the because what you see when he's doing the flashbacks and whatever is you actually see him typing madly away on the typewriter and then inexplicably turning and writing chapter 23 on the wall. And once he finishes writing shit on the wall, he runs out the balcony and jumps.
Right, but in
the book, it just stops at the balcony.
Exactly. So he ends chapter 22 at the balcony, but really there's another chapter, and then he goes off the balcony.
Yes.
So he's lying in his own book, which is supposed to be his truthful confession. Because by the end of chapter 22, he hadn't yet run off the balcony. He had some more writing to do. It's very confusing.
I don't know how it could be confusing when he's using the pen name Top Secrets. Sorry, Top Secrets.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't blame him for that one because he never said that his name was Top Secrets. That was the psychiatrist that did that.
This movie
that's true too.
This movie is very psychiatrist heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's that other thing where, like, I don't understand how a psychiatrist can fall into the trap of 23 when you identify the psychosis of being under the thing of 23. When you diagnose someone else having a neurological disorder that makes them focus on the number 23, and then somehow you fall into it yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What? It doesn't make any sense to me. And why did...
Yeah, like this is what these people train for, is to be able to handle this. Like you don't see many, like, I don't know, psychologists, streakers. I don't know. I'm just trying to pick something harmless. You know what I mean? Like they're just, well, I had talked to a patient today who was obsessed with being nude, so here I am in the park, you know?
Well, but here's my other thing is he works in a psychiatric hospital, right?
Yeah.
So all of his friends are psychiatrists.
Yes.
Who are trained to recognize neurological disorders.
And he himself is trained for the same thing.
Okay, but even if he doesn't recognize it, shouldn't his coworkers recognize it?
Absolutely. Yeah. And then why publish the book?
Yeah.
Well, it was self-published.
But why do it? It wasn't Jim Carrey. It was the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So why publish it? So, you know what I mean? Like, oh, the world has to know, so I'll make one copy and put it in a bookstore somewhere. Like, there's no one else running around with this book, so it wasn't very well received, I guess, you know? It's just this one store in their sleepy little town, or whatever, that has, well, big enough to have a bus system. Not a good one, but still. Then, but they have the one copy, and the guy's like, well, the guy's never written anything since. I was like, why are you selling his shitty book then? Like, where did you get it?
I assumed it was dropped off.
I guess.
You know, because it was facing out.
Yeah. I don't know. By the way, we have our sponsor.
Okay.
Yep. This podcast brought to you by Sharpie. Got problems? Need to work them out? Grab a wall and grab a Sharpie and Sharpie them out.
There you go. Right on just about anything.
Yep.
Including your forearm, apparently.
Yes.
And others.
And others, yeah. And your girlfriend's leg.
Yeah.
Weird.
So, I love the scene where the friend psychologist. Not Miles Phoenix, which is like a superhero name. But the regular version of the friend doctor who may or may not have been sleeping with his wife.
Right.
I like they have one scene where he's driving with her in his fancy sports car, and then he gets out. He's wearing black pants and a black turtleneck. He might as well have just had written on his shirt "Evil." Like, I'm like, I'm sorry. Are you late for a meeting with Mr. Bond, sir? And that's why you got your fancy sports car.
Yeah. Are you on your way to pick up your fluffy white cat?
Yeah, exactly.
And what about the thing at the end where he was accusing his wife of writing the book?
Yeah, I think that was a swerve.
But it was a swerve. But you know what? If she had written the book, that would have been more interesting. Because then it's her against him. You know what I mean? Yeah,
it turns her into the antagonist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, and I was kind of hoping for in the flashbacks that that was the case where maybe she was a nurse at the hospital, so she wrote down the mad ravings and turned it into a thing. But then why would she give him the book, right? If she wrote it.
Well, what if he wrote it and she gave it back to him?
I'm just saying, if she knew what this book was really about and what it signified, then. I think it's a non-starter at that point. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless she wants him to figure it out.
Because it basically causes him to remember everything.
Yeah.
And then she tells him that, he's not that guy anymore, so no, he should totally not admit to that murder.
Well, that scene wouldn't have happened then if if the wife had written the book. But
unless you spun it though, where maybe where she actually did have a lover and it was the guy in jail, so she needed Jim Carrey to remember, confess, and free her lover. I mean, if we're turning her into the bad guy, now she's just, she's cheating on him and whatever, right?
Okay, fair enough. But
if you want to go that way, that's where you kind of have to go that way,
Do prisons let normal people talk to killers just by themselves on a whim? Like aggressively talk to them?
I don't. Well, they put them in their little cage thing, right? So I guess there was no harm, no foul. But at that point, you don't even need the cake with the file in it. You just pass one through. There was no one around watching.
Yeah, that's true.
Just file down the bars.
Yeah, don't you normally sit down? Like they showed him sitting down talking to his sister and his mom in like a room where prisoners and visitors mingle and sit down at a table.
It's supervised.
He gets to walk right up to the jail cell.
Oh, I didn't think that was his jail cell. I think that was their dangerous offenders visiting thing, right? It's a full-on cage, but you could still talk to them.
But then why was he mixed in with the regular population sitting at the table?
I don't know.
With his mom and his sister. So,
all
right.
I don't know. Let's just say I wanted to turn this movie off 23 times, but I kept going.
Yeah.
So I do have something though for the numerology. I had a revelation while I was watching this, and it's I'm calling it the Canadian 23. So
okay.
Well, I did some digging, and I found out the average Canadian will win 23 free coffees from Tim Hortons Roll Up the Rim to Win contest in their lifetime.
Oh.
Yep. The average NHL team has 23 members on it. Didn't know if you knew that. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And of course, when you give the gift of a 2-4, it is customary for your friend to offer you one back. Therefore, no one ever receives more than 23 bottles of beer.
That's creepy, eh?
Oh yeah. The one scary one I didn't want to check was to see whether the word hoser adds up to 23.
All of the facts I could find on this just is more 23. So I left a lot of those out. Kept one. This is the 23rd project of Joel Schumacher. Jim Carrey claims to have been obsessed with the number 23 long before being a part of this movie. His production company is called JC23 Entertainment.
Oh.
So I guess it was a fate, maybe? And Carey was nominated for a Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Actor for his performance in this film. And he guesses who he lost to? It was another comedian.
Oh, let's see, in 2007? I don't know. Who did he lose to?
Eddie Murphy in Norbit.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of a slam dunk there.
Mm-hmm.
And one almost cast in the role of Agatha, his wife, Elizabeth Shue.
Oh,
Yeah, I can see that.
yeah.
So-
all right. So, do you have any others?
No, that's it.
Oh, really? Because I thought one of them you were going to say was Jim Carrey got paid $23 million to do this.
Oh, well, yeah. I think actually that was one of it, actually. So, as always on this show, we try to find the real story behind the story, Mark.
Well, I found, etched within the numbers of this, I found two other stories layered in here. Well, actually, or is it story time with Jim Carrey? Or is it Schoolhouse Rock? But this ain't your daddy's Schoolhouse Rock. This is 2000 Schoolhouse Rock. It encourages math. It encourages reading. But it's the 2000s, so it's dark and nothing turns out well.
Fair enough, Tex?
Well, actually, you guys called out both of them, but I'm going to say them anyway. Or is it a sordid tale of how motels just don't give a fuck? Or is it the story of the laziest psychiatrist in the world?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
You guys basically called them both out, but yeah.
Well, I have it as, or is it an unquestionable argument for the death penalty? Or is it may be true that reading a book provides a better experience than watching the movie, but watching a movie about someone reading a book kind of fucking sucks shit. I can't imagine anything more boring than watching somebody for 2 hours read a book.
Yeah, unless it's like a topless Salma Hayek reading Pride and Prejudice or something like that. Like, okay, but,
At that point, Mark, what the hell does it matter what she's reading?
to wit.
So that's going to about do it for the number 23. I'm Sean Taylor.
I'm Dex.
And I mean Mark.
Join us next time when we'll take a look at the story of a call center employee who pits two rival customers against each other using greed, pride, and revenge. Clint Eastwood stars in A Fistful of Callers.